Hey everyone, welcome to the 13th entry in the Dev Diary series for Chromatic Void. We've got some cool effects to show off today, as well as a new mechanic and the concept art and inspiration for the next level in the game. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I actually would like to discuss is a bit of a change. Last week we showed off the 1, 2, 3 hit swipe attack that Void had. After checking back in with the team and discussing some things, we kind of came to the conclusion that it really wasn't a useful feature in that sense, so we have scaled it back. So that is the first change. The second is that whenever Void dashes now, there is an extra visual effect that surrounds him. Let me slow this down and you can see just barely on there some conical effects kind of surrounding him to emphasize the spinning movement. It's pretty cool. So jumping off of that and jumping off of this building, we have done something similar with the fire stomp. So now you can catch it for a brief second right here. Just before he hits the ground, there's the spinning, like fire tornado-esque effect. We can look at it a little more clearly if we get more distance. You can see it adds a bit more pizzazz to the move and actually has a pretty cool look to it when you see it at full speed. And now the last thing that we've done in engine is we've actually added a new mechanic. Similar to the vines that are hanging around that you can climb up and down, we've actually added these little hooks that can be grabbed onto and kind of held. You can't move while on these, but you can jump off of them. So they make for a neat little platforming challenge to be able to jump from one to the next. And a nice little bonus to this mechanic is that Void will move with these hooks no matter where they go. Huzzah! Adding to the platforming opportunities. So that is pretty much everything we have to work on in game. I'll just leave him hanging there while we move on to discuss the next portion of what we have. So first, here you can see the boss arena for Lightning Leo, his own little private patio that overlooks the city. It definitely feels like you're going to be in a room, you're going to be in the boss room, but you're going to be looking back over the environment that you've been scaling the entire time. So pretty cool. Now that we have finished all of the pre-visualization for Neon Jungle, we're going to be moving on to Chromatic Carnival. You got it. It is like an ice-based carnival-like stage, and here we've got a couple of inspirational images. You can see buildings made of ice full of colorful lights and arenas and things inside, and I think this is very much the sort of vibe that we're going for with the stage. Here we have another one with this circular structure made entirely of ice, these spotlights of colorful variety, and this looming castle-like structure in the background. That is exactly the kind of vibe that we are going for on this next stage, and I cannot wait to actually get some proper concept art in here to show you guys. But that is pretty much the direction that we are going to be headed. So that is pretty much it for this week. One little thing I didn't mention outright is that Void has a few new animations, namely that when he hits the ground after a stomp, he will actually hunch over for a second. Just kind of a neat little ending flourish. And then when he grabs these hooks, there's a little swinging animation as he grabs hold. Just a little thing before he starts hanging there indefinitely. So that is pretty much everything we have this week. So with that, the last thing we have is the question of the week. Since we're getting ready to move into our ice-based level, I figure a relevant question would be, and this is a bit of a faux pas in the gaming community, I understand, but what is your favorite ice level from any game ever? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, feel free to leave us comments and feedback on how you think the game is going. We should be making some pretty good progress here in the next few weeks, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you next week. Take care.